Both companies have signed agreements to potentially carry paying passengers and goods by the end of the decade in the US and other countries. But there are still a lot of questions around safety, business models, and just how the technology can work in the real world.
There's a lot of kind of things and details that need to be ironed out in order to know really whether it will revolutionize transport.
So, will there be a winner in the race to bring Hyperloop into the real world? First, let's take a step back.
Hyperloop is not a brand new concept. It's actually been around since the 17th century.
Rosalind Walker is a transport analyst who's advising the European Union on Hyperloop as it assesses the potential of the technology.
Lots of different variations of it have for one reason or other failed due to flaws in systems or concepts.
In the early 1800s, inventors were exploring using pneumatic tubes to transport people from point A to point B, and nowadays that principle is being used in everyday things such as drive-through banking. And magnetic levitation has been around for decades, like some of the trains in China and Japan that can run at more than 350 miles an hour. But projects that combine those two principles for electric-powered capsules that can reach speeds of up to 760 miles an hour have accelerated in recent years.
Elon Musk has kind of reunited Hyperloop for the modern world.
But Musk said he wasn't going to build it himself.
Whilst he's not developing Hyperloop himself, he is active in the space. So after the launch of the white paper, his company SpaceX has hosted, I think, up to 4 competitions for Hyperloop.
We built a Hyperloop test track adjacent to SpaceX just for a student competition. It's sort of quite fun to do that, but it's kind of a hobby thing.
As a result of that, there's been a number of Hyperloop companies that have developed.
Hyperloop TT was founded in California in 2013 and says it has some $130 million in funding.
Today, we have more than 800 contributors in 50 companies that are working together to develop.
Andres De Leon is Hyperloop TT's CEO. He says the company has created this full-scale carriage and a test track in Europe and is teaming up with rail firms Hitachi and Altran.
This is really the first time that the transportation industry, the legacy transportation industry, is really starting to believe in the airport.
Virgin has more money, about $400 million. Their CEO, Jay Walder, says not only is their test track longer, but it's also carried its first passengers.
We decided that we really needed to be able to build physical assets and to be able to show what we can do. We took a huge monumental milestone step where we saw the first people ride in a Hyperloop. I think it's a race to be able to get this done right now, and we really love the race.
Some analysts say Virgin has the edge, mostly because of its patents and resources.
This is really based on the facts. Is probably Virgin is ahead of the grain, and they've got the money for the R&D, so it kind of feels like they are winning the race, but who knows?
The next big goal for both Virgin and Hyperloop TT is to build 6-mile-long test tracks by 2025.
We want to break ground in West Virginia soon to be able to do that.
We hope to have the commercial prototype in Abu Dhabi up and running in 2.5-3 years.
Governments, including the UAE and Europe, have evaluated the feasibility of Hyperloop projects, and both companies have studied how they could connect US cities less than 900 miles apart, like Kansas City and St. Louis, or Chicago and Pittsburgh. The Department of Transportation said some Hyperloop projects could be eligible for federal grants.
We're working for the certification of this technology by 2025, and that gives us the ability to go forward not as technology, but as a transportation system.
But before you can run Hyperloops across the US, you would need to get permission to build huge infrastructure, which could mean
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?